Another classic from Merchant Ivory tomorrow at 3:40 as Helena Bonham Carter stars in A Room with a View. But next today, prepare to be spellbound by Film4's biggest and best Studio Ghibli season yet. And it all starts with the premiere of the Oscar-winning Spirited Away.
Tomorrow on Film 4, spectacular animation from Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli. Princess Mononoke is at 6:05. One trilogy to rule them all. The Lord of the Rings begins with The Fellowship of the Ring at 9. And dark fantasy at midnight when Make Believe believes it's real in Pan's Labyrinth.
Witness the sorcery, discover the magic and embrace the adventure of Film4's most complete Studio Ghibli season yet. It's our biggest and best ever collection with 18 films from the Japanese masters of animation running every day throughout the Easter holidays, including some titles never before seen on Film4, like Howl's Moving Castle and, right now, the Oscar-winning Spirited Away. More from Studio Ghibli tomorrow at 6:05 as human beings and animal gods wage war in a magical forest in Princess Mononoke. Well, next tonight we complete our 3-night treble bill of Francis Ford Coppola's epic gangster trilogy with The Godfather Part 3. It's the mother of all chick flicks. Julia Roberts, Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine in Steel Magnolias tomorrow at 6:30. At 9, the second part of the complete Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Two Towers. And who watches The Watchmen? Well, you can at midnight as Alan Moore's apocalyptical tale comes to the screen. Human beings and animal gods wage war in a magical forest with scary monsters afoot right now here on Film 4. Glorious anime from Hayao Miyazaki as our biggest ever Studio Ghibli season presents Princess Mononoke, which is in its original Japanese with English subtitles. Julia Roberts, Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine all star in the mother of all chick flicks. Steel Magnolias is tomorrow at 6:30. Well, next, our week of trilogies heads to Middle-earth for part 1 of the complete saga of The Lord of the Rings. And it's preceded by a special interview with director Peter Jackson.
Be clear, be confident, be proactive. Proactive.co.uk.
It's the mother of all chick flicks. Julia Roberts, Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine in Steel Magnolias at 6:30 tonight. At 9, the second part of the Hobbit-forming Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Two Towers. And who watches The Watchmen? You can at midnight as Alan Moore's apocalyptic tale comes to the screen. First this morning here on Film 4, a teenage girl's reminded of a childhood gift when she risks her own life to save that of a mysterious stray, an action that leads to all kinds of adventures with some new feline friends. Part of our Studio Ghibli season, The Cat Returns, is presented in Japanese with English subtitles. More from Studio Ghibli next Thursday at 11 o'clock when a young Japanese man remembers his high school days in the wonderful ocean waves. Well, next today, John Mills and his men want out. It's the Coldit story on Film 4. Tomorrow at 3:20, Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen join swords with Chris O'Donnell for The Three Musketeers. But next today, who says pigs can't fly? Studio Ghibli's Porco Rosso. It's the mother of all chick flicks. Julia Roberts, Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine in Steel Magnolias at 6:30 tonight. At 9, the second part of the Hobbit-forming Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Two Towers. And who watches The Watchmen? You can at midnight as Alan Moore's apocalyptic tale comes to the screen. Magic from Oscar-winning director Miyazaki now here on Film 4. There's action, adventure and romance with a pig in a plane. A Studio Ghibli favourite from 1992. Porco Rosso. And there's more enchanting animation from Studio Ghibli tomorrow at 4:45 in Kiki's Delivery Service. Well, next today, some friendships are just made to last. Julia Roberts, Sally Field and Shirley MacLaine all star in Steel Magnolias. Good Friday here on Film 4, and life moves pretty fast. Sometimes you have to stop and watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and that time's tonight at 5 to 7. It's a hard Hobbit to break, but The Lord of the Rings concludes tonight at 9 with The Return of the King. And at 5 to 1, a group of Japanese students are forced to fight each other to the death in Battle Royale. A magical journey of witchcraft and wonderdom as a young Japanese girl follows her true calling. Directed by Hayao Miyazaki, the Studio Ghibli season continues now with Kiki's Delivery Service. And the Studio Ghibli season continues tomorrow at 5 to 5 with the enchanting story of two young girls in a magical forest, My Neighbor Totoro. Well, next, life moves pretty fast. Sometimes you have to stop and watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Later, from 7:15, Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones are leading each other a merry dance, entrapment, high-tech gadgets and action galore. G.I. Joe deal with the rise of Cobra at 9, while at 11:15, based on the best-selling Millennium trilogy, Noomi Rapace stars in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Well, continuing our Studio Ghibli season now on Film 4 with beloved animation from director Hayao Miyazaki. Two children and a single dad move to the country and make surprising new friends. Let's go walk. 5:15 tomorrow, and our Studio Ghibli season continues with Arrietty, based on Mary Norton's beloved book, The Borrowers. Next, Catherine Zeta-Jones is out to ensnare art thief Sean Connery in the twist-packed crime thriller Entrapment. Later, at 7:10, Saoirse Ronan stars in The City of Ember as an enchanting place lit by glittering lights faces a dark future. Then Keanu Reeves has got a deadly message for all mankind. The Day the Earth Stood Still is at 9. While at 11, Stieg Larsson's best-selling Millennium trilogy continues the violent crime thriller The Girl Who Played with Fire. Now in Film 4, a blend of exquisitely imaginative animation and good old-fashioned storytelling as Studio Ghibli relocates Mary Norton's tale of Little People, The Borrowers, to Japan with stunning results. Surviving on scraps secretly purloined from the human beings, living above them and featuring the voices of Saoirse Ronan and Olivia Colman. This is Arrietty. Tomorrow afternoon at 25 to 5, Hayao Miyazaki's Oscar-nominated follow-up to Spirited Away. One girl falls victim to an evil curse, Howl's Moving Castle. Back to this evening, Saoirse Ronan stars again in The City of Ember as an enchanting place lit by glittering lights faces a dark future. Later at 5 to 7, Whoopi Goldberg and Maggie Smith get in a new habit for Sister Act. At 9, Liam Neeson stars in thriller Unknown as a man who wakes from a coma only to discover his life is no longer his own. While at 11:15, the Millennium trilogy concludes with The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. The English-dubbed version of an Oscar-nominated tale, now on Film 4. Christian Bale, Lauren Bacall and Billy Crystal lent their vocal abilities to the story of one girl who, upon meeting the famous wizard Howl, incites the wrath of some jealous witches. An intrepid journey begins in Howl's Moving Castle. Well, at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon, Judy Garland wows as the naive Dorothy on the cusp of a very big adventure, The Wizard of Oz. Back to today, and as part of our Studio Ghibli season, the search is on for hidden treasure in the castle of Cagliostro. One trilogy to rule them all. The Lord of the Rings begins tonight with the Fellowship of the Ring at 5:25. At 9, it's the second part of the Hobbit-forming trilogy, The Two Towers. While at 12:30, Harry Dean Stanton is a man found on the edge of a desert, but lost on the edge of life. Paris, Texas. Well, now here on Film4, we present the first feature film written and directed by animation pioneer Hayao Miyazaki. It's based on a long-running manga series from the 60s, uncovering a counterfeit money scam, dangerous ninjas, and a princess in distress. Expect fast-paced fun in the castle of Cagliostro. Later at 10:07, based on his Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman, Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig star in The Golden Compass. Another trilogy concludes at 9, The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. While at 5:1, a visually stunning opus winning Oscars for their roles, Anna Paquin and Holly Hunter star in The Piano. Now in Film4, Hayao Miyazaki's enchanting tale of a young boy who makes friends with a fish who just happens to be the daughter of a powerful sea goddess. From Studio Ghibli, the English language version of Ponyo, featuring the vocal talents of Liam Neeson, Cate Blanchett and Matt Damon. 2:55 tomorrow, every raccoon can transform. An early offering from Studio Ghibli, it's Pompoko. Next today, take Jane Austen, move her to California, add credit cards, shopping malls, Alicia Silverstone and Paul Rudd, and you've got Clueless. 10:1 tomorrow, our lunchtime film stars Jackie Chan, the martial arts expert who's just met his match, the kids. It's The Spy Next Door. But next today here in Film4, Japanese animation from Studio Ghibli as a group of raccoon dogs fight to save their woodland habitat, Pompoko. 5:07 this evening, epic fantasy action as a young boy must prevent the last surviving dragon egg from falling into the hands of evil in Aragon. At 9, no, your phone isn't broken, he's just not that into you. An all-star romantic comedy. While at 11:30, Mission Impossible crossed with live-action Wallace and Gromit, the wonderful Mick Max from the director of Amelie. Now in Film4, an eco-fable from Studio Ghibli continues our season of their finest films. Raccoon dogs are forced to take violent action as the humans start to develop on their homeland. Drawing parallels with Watership Down, the equally moving Pompoko. 2:50 tomorrow, a love of books. The exact same ones for two teenagers. The next chapter from our Studio Ghibli season, Whispers of the Heart. Comedy next, as a mix-up at a maternity hospital causes an interesting dilemma. Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin star in Big Business. Later at 7:15, rock and roll teen dreams in 60s America, kitsch musical crowd pleaser, Hairspray. At 9, director Michael Mann brings Al Pacino and Robert De Niro together for the first time in epic Heat. Then a moving anti-war tale at 12:20. From animation Studio Ghibli comes The Graveyard of the Fireflies. A delightful animated tale of growing up, now here on Film4, as two teenagers are drawn together by their love of the same books. Our Studio Ghibli season gathers pace with a screenplay from Oscar-winning Japanese director Hayao Miyazaki. It's Whisper of the Heart. Keanu Reeves has got a deadly message for all mankind. The day the Earth stood still is at 7 tomorrow evening. Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford star in supernatural thriller What Lies Beneath at 9 o'clock. Then it's Dorm of the Dead for the sisters of Sorority Row, paying the price of a prank gone wrong at 11:30. Well, an early film from Studio Ghibli now here on Film 4. Stunning animation recreates the final days and horrors of the Second World War in a defeated Japan, where young brother and sister fight for their survival. The solemn and compassionate drama, Graveyard of the Fireflies.
Carrying one barrel on his back, John Jameson still manages to outrun the zombies.
Very slow, the undead.
Short-sighted too.
Keanu Reeves has got a deadly message for all mankind in The Day the Earth Stood Still, tonight at 7. Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford star in a supernatural thriller What Lies Beneath at 9. And then it's Dorm of the Dead for the sisters of Sorority Row, paying the price of a prank gone wrong at 11:30. It's the film that introduced many to the wonderful world of Studio Ghibli and the winner of the Best Animated Oscar in 2003. A young girl finds herself trapped in a mystical realm where she must find a way to save her parents, who have been turned into pigs. This is the English language version with the dub. So that's coming this summer. But now back to our Studio Ghibli season, and a teenage girl is reminded of a childhood gift when she risks her own life to save that of a mysterious stray. An action that leads to all kinds of adventures with some new feline friends. This is the English language version of The Cat Returns. And there's more from Studio Ghibli tomorrow when the Japanese anime masters bring Ursula Le Guin's Tales from Earthsea to life. Well, next today, a young girl enters a dark and magical world of adventure and mystery in the Golden Compass. Will being descended from a Greek god help with a teenager's history homework? Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief is at 20 to 7 today. There's rock and roll history in the making at 9 in the biopic of the young John Lennon, Nowhere Boy. And underprivileged, underfunded, unstoppable. The inspirational Oscar-winning documentary, Undefeated, at 5 to 11. Rival wizards clash now in a magical world as Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki's son Goro bring to life Ursula Le Guin's Tales from Earthsea. Coming up tonight at 10 to 7, he lost America. Now he fears he's losing his mind. Nigel Hawthorne stars in The Madness of King George. At 9, romantic comedy with an all-star cast. No, your phone isn't broken, he's just not that into you. And then every move matters for Bruce Willis in the tense thriller Hostage at 11:30. A magical and boundary-pushing animation from Studio Ghibli to continue our season now here on Film 4. A young woman takes a nostalgic look at her past as she decides what her future will hold in Only Yesterday. A young warrior prince gets involved in a conflict between magical beasts and ruthless humans in one of Miyazaki's finest tomorrow at 20 to 2 as our season continues in Princess Mononoke. Next, though, it's Roddy Dow's final time in the Monkey Mask in battle for the Planet of the Apes. Abigail Breslin's the little girl with the big questions for Daddy Ryan Reynolds. Definitely maybe, tonight at 20 to 7. Racism and Murder in Mississippi in the star-studded John Grisham adaptation A Time to Kill at 9. And at 5 to midnight, if you steal Ray Winston's wife, expect consequences. Painful ones in 44-inch chest. Human beings and animal gods wage war in a magical forest now, in the film that first brought Studio Ghibli to the Western market, and a candidate for greatest anime ever. It's a breathtakingly beautiful environmental parable set in a fantastical version of medieval Japan. This is the English language version, with a screenplay adapted by Neil Gaiman, of Princess Mononoke. Farmyard fun from a host of friendly creatures eager to help a little pig tomorrow afternoon at 12:45 in Charlotte's Web. Well, next today, Ben Stiller's about to discover that after dark, the fun really starts in the action-packed family comedy Night at the Museum. Paris is under attack from a pterodactyl, and only the French female Indiana Jones can save it. The Extraordinary Adventures of Adele Blanc-Sec at 5 to 7. French fast-style comedy at 9. What's Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin's relationship status? It's complicated. And parkour-packed action in the France of the near future. District 13 Ultimatum at 11:30. Long before they formed Studio Ghibli, Isao Takahata and Hayao Miyazaki collaborated on a landmark in Japanese animation, overcoming the influence Disney had on the industry in style of storytelling and animation. A young boy braves the elements and makes some unusual friends when he returns to his family village. From 1968, The Little Norse Prince. Embrace the magic of Studio Ghibli on Film 4. A girl incites the wrath of some jealous witches upon meeting a famous wizard in Howl's Moving Castle tomorrow at 12:45. And next today, their first ever film, Castle in the Sky. Paris is under attack from a pterodactyl, and only the French female Indiana Jones can save it. The Extraordinary Adventures of Adele Blanc-Sec at 5 to 7. French fast-style comedy at 9. What's Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin's relationship status? It's complicated. And parkour-packed action in the France of the near future. District 13 Ultimatum at 11:30. Now on Film 4, two youngsters must fight off air pirates in an adventure that travels to a remarkable, eco-friendly alien environment full of flying cities in Studio Ghibli's first ever film. From 1986, the English language version of Castle in the Sky. A day of smart sci-fi begins tomorrow morning at 11 when a rocket ship returns with a secret cargo of rampaging space monster in the 50s classic 20 Million Miles to Earth. But next today, Hayao Miyazaki's Oscar-nominated follow-up to Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle. Coming up on Film 4 tonight, Pretty Woman stars Richard Gere and Julia Roberts reunite for Runaway Bride. That's at 6:45. At 9, a time capsule leaves Nicolas Cage with some shocking predictions in Knowing. And at 11:20, groovy and not entirely serious horror as Bruce Campbell takes on a demonic foe in the classic Evil Dead 2. Film 4's biggest ever Studio Ghibli season continues right now with the story of a girl who incites the wrath of some jealous witches upon meeting a famous wizard. An intrepid journey begins in the original Japanese language version of Howl's Moving Castle.
Next this afternoon, the film that paved the way for the formation of the world-famous Studio Ghibli, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds. Following that, at 10 to 5, the last bits of Earth's greenery lie aboard a huge space greenhouse. But are they really safe? 70s sci-fi, Silent Running. It's all about the sci-fi today here on Film 4. So, from 20 to 7, Charlton Heston wakes up in a world where chimps rule the planet of the apes. At 9, in space, no one can hear you scream. Sigourney Weaver stars in Alien. Then Tom Cruise is suffering a crisis of... Our Studio Ghibli season comes to a close now with an early classic from the much-loved Japanese animation house. Can Nausicaa of the Valley of the Winds save the day, or will clashes with monsters and a dying planet prove too much?
The Sci-Fi Day continues on Film 4. Now loading Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
Next this afternoon, our homage to smart sci-fi continues as Tom Cruise talks about new film Oblivion and his feelings for science fiction. Right after that, at 10 to 5, the last bits of Earth's greenery are on board a huge space greenhouse. Excellent 70s sci-fi, silent running.
Film 4 presents a season of films from Studio Ghibli, the masters of Japanese animation, makers of the Oscar-winning Spirited Away. The Studio Ghibli season continues with Princess Mononoke, tomorrow at 6:05 on Film 4.
Hello, just a thought. You're just a thought. Are you here to confuse me? Amuse me if you're here to...
Our most complete Studio Ghibli season yet continues every day on Film 4.
1,000 years have passed since the collapse of industrialized civilization. A toxic jungle now spreads, threatening the survival of the human race.
Father says it's the fate of all of us who live near the jungle.
Studio Ghibli season concludes with Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, tomorrow at 2:20 on Film 4.